Our story opens in a gloomy laboratory where we see Professor Shags pondering a groove.
There's a tale about a groove, not just a groove, but it's ultimate. A groove that is so rare no mortal man has even come close to it. But there's a buzz in the air about a madman talking about a quest. He calls himself a professor, but he's a raving lunatic at best. So sit back and enjoy. Shaggy 2 Dope presents Professor Shag in the quest for the ultimate
our story,
groove.
we descend.
Now which way would you go about obtaining the ultimate groove? The key to this quest is a man with absolutely nothing to lose. A professor trained in torture, but he specialized in choking with a magic box that'll capture anything that's screamed or spoken. I got a theory, maybe it's a vision, cause I can see it. I'll test it on Tutankhamun's mummy, right here on the sands of Egypt. Camelback riding through the sand dunes, Valley of Kings caravanning. I broke into that motherfucker's tombs, his booby trap started failing. He's flinging curses at me, I came from behind a 200-ton rock and choked him with his own raps and captured his gurgling scream in a box.
The magic box had worked, but that wasn't enough for the professor. He knew he was being called to do much more.
Now right here is when he realized he was under something way more than real. He had to compile a lot more screams, something deep down in his heart knew the deal. One scream in the box, he wasn't sure why, but he knew he needed more. Had him going to Transylvania to bang on a spawn of Satan's door. I arrived just after sunup, cause I know this motherfucker's tricks. I can see just beyond town, up on the hill his castle sits. I slipped to the bottom of the mountain, took a drain pipe to the catacombs. I say, hey, Nosferatu, bitch, I know you home. His dusty coffin, heavy coffin, so I threw the lid right up off him. Shoveled garlic up his ass, took me screaming to the box, it was awesome.
With 2 blood-curdling screams down, suddenly, all the madness that was swirling around in his head was starting to make sense.
It was all becoming very clear right before the professor's eyes. He knew precisely what he was doing and why he needed these screaming cries. His plan was taking shape, but there wasn't any time for no rest. He had to find where in the world demonic screams are the best. The land of the rising sun, where the yokai took a donkey to a centuries past village in Aspen. Oh God, he said, hey, what? You never summon the Oni. Trust me, I said, fuck off. In front of that hook, a grave and start to pee. 100 pop out the dirt, you should have seen this hideous bitch. I choked the titty with chopsticks till out the neck a scream spit.
He'd gotten what he came for, but he needed a curse. Some dark age voodoo curse from times past.
He had that on his squeal in the box, but something bugged him. Over all the thoughts that he had, the devil's tower was still above him. But he had a nagging itch, something he had to go and handle first. He had to take his ass to Africa and get a scream from a man who's cursed. Had the days of cutting through jungles in a safari across the savannah. We came across a bunch of bamboo huts that were near Louisiana. I asked the ancient bitch, what's up? Where the witch doctor heard at? To the right, he was right in my face, and I seen where he kept the cursed blood at. I grabbed it out of his satchel, poured it down the bitch throat like a motherfucker. Put my hands on her throat, milked her scream out her neck like an udder.
The voodoo cursed blood had worked, but now the professor's focus had switched to something else. The Devil's Tower.
His quest was almost complete with just a piece or 2 left to go. He felt the Devil's Tower calling, the magic box began to glow. On the top and the center are whispers of a near endless hole. But first it required a holy shriek to combat the shrills of evil. Horseback, bareback, across the open plains, I seen it up in the distance, towering above everything. On my way to this hole in earth, I see the sweat lines dug in the ground. Yanked him out and up to the top with me. He was the only shaman found. There it is, the hole to the earth's soul, perfectly round. Crammed a box in his mouth and heard him scream all the way down.
One kick to the shaman's ass and he was on his way down the hole. And what happened next was nothing short of incredible.
All the horrific screams were released deep into the earth's gut. The land started quaking, cause the planet was choking up. All the air was being sucked down the Devil's Tower's throat. All the fish in the sea turned belly up and began to float. The earth itself was expanding, it was taking a deep breath. And then everything went silent.
You'd think all the world had gone deaf.
The inside of the earth, it moaned and it groaned. The land and sea and air started to move. Professor Shags went on a quest, and he went worldwide to drive a shell or fly to find the ultimate groove. The inside of the earth, it moaned and it groaned. The land and sea and air started to move. Professor Shags went on a quest.
sound.